You were followed today. The person behind you had no idea your spirit was protected by fire. Archangel Michael says, there was movement behind you today, and it wasn't ordinary. A presence followed you, thinking they had the upper hand, not realizing they were walking into divine fire. Your path was watched not just by eyes of man, but by the flame that guards your destiny. They planned to approach with silent steps, shadows hiding their intentions. But what they didn't know is that your steps were already marked with protection, sealed in spiritual fire. The one behind you was confused halfway, their confidence shaken as if something invisible pushed them back. Today wasn't just a normal day, it was a battle. You didn't see it, but your name echoed in realms where protection was assigned like a royal order. Something in the spirit realm warned the one behind you, go no further. The fire that surrounds your spirit isn't seen with human eyes. It radiates from your calling, your divine inheritance, and your silent strength. The person behind you had no idea they were inches from spiritual retaliation. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There's something about you that irritates the enemy. It's your glow. It's your resilience that's born from scars that healed through fire. Archangel Michael says, today's encounter was not random. It was part of a larger plan to observe you, to test the air around you, to see if your spirit was accessible. But what they found was a fortress built by fire and faith. You walked with purpose, unaware that your aura had already spoken before your footsteps did. The heat that protected you came from ancient realms where angels draw their swords silently. Your spirit gave off warnings before you even turned your head. Heaven knows what you've been through, and it knows what's trying to find you again. But heaven doesn't allow harm without resistance. And today was no exception. Type Amen to get blessing 444. That person behind you? They were sent. Not by chance, not by coincidence. But sent to assess, to trigger, to record your reaction. But instead, they stumbled in confusion as their courage melted under invisible weight. The road turned against them, and what was meant to be easy surveillance turned into spiritual paralysis. They felt heat but could not explain its source. Their heart beat faster, but not from excitement, from fear. Not the kind of fear that comes from danger they understand, but from an ancient presence they can't explain. Your fire didn't scream, it whispered destruction. There's a reason you were chosen for this protection. There's a reason your name is written in the flame. What follows you must now answer to what guards you. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You might have just gone about your day, thinking it was just another Tuesday. But the realm of shadows had already sent someone to trace your energy. They believed your protection had expired. They were wrong. Archangel Michael says, the eyes behind you carried confusion, because they saw light around you but couldn't understand its origin. You were followed, but not touched. You were watched, but not broken. They had plans. But heaven disrupted every single one. The fire not only warned, it branded. And now, they are backing away, slowly. Their report will be incomplete. Their mission failed. Type Amen to get blessing 666. That fire is no accident. It is drawn from every pain you've survived, every silent prayer you never told a soul, and every time you kept going when you had no strength left. That is what fuels it. You weren't just being followed physically. You were being measured spiritually. Someone behind you wanted access, but access was denied. Your protection wasn't just around you, it was ahead of you, beside you, and even beneath your shadow. That person felt it in their bones. Their confidence cracked, and they retreated into the space they came from. They won't come again. At least not without consequence. Type Amen to get blessing 777. And now, you'll start to notice small things. Their energy will shift. You may receive a message, a look, a conversation that feels off. That's the remnant of someone who tried and failed to approach you. Do not let your guard down. Your fire may have scared them, but curiosity is persistent. They might try again, through different ways, through different faces. Archangel Michael says, prepare, not in fear, but in divine confidence. Your protection is active, but your awareness must also rise. The battlefield has shifted to your favor, but the war isn't over. Still, heaven smiles. Because the first attempt has failed, and that is a warning to all who try again. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They studied you. They had information about your route, your preferences, your timings. This wasn't spontaneous, it was rehearsed. But what they didn't expect was how the universe rearranged itself when you stepped outside. A divine wind accompanied you. A spiritual code was activated. Your very breath carries power. That's why the one behind you trembled before even speaking. They thought they had courage, but your soul met them with fire. That's why their footsteps slowed. That's why their tongue stuck to their mouth. That's why they went silent. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Their plan has been exposed in the realm of light. Even now, messages are being intercepted by forces that walk unseen. Your name has reached the ears of angels. You weren't followed by accident. You were targeted because your elevation is becoming visible. The light in you is causing shadows to panic. Archangel Michael says, this moment is not isolated, it is part of a season of divine rising. And when people rise in spirit, watchers always come. But watchers are now warned, you are guarded by flame. The heat has only just begun. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Every time you feel a chill, it's not fear, it's detection. Your energy is being scanned daily now. But heaven has turned that attention against them. Instead of weakening you, it's strengthening your fire. Instead of bringing confusion, it's clarifying your focus. The enemy has been tricked into empowering you. And that is divine reversal. The one behind you couldn't proceed because the air thickened. They felt a heat they didn't anticipate. What they'll never understand is that this fire can't be bought. It is earned. And you earned it. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Someone higher than them has now received a report, the subject is unreachable. Surrounded. Not normal. And that's where your name will remain, in the category of untouchables. You are now being reclassified. Not as a target, but as a force. The one who followed you left with confusion, fear, and a lesson. They may never speak it aloud. But inside them, they now know, you are not alone. Your silence is guarded. Your life is secured. Archangel Michael says, never forget this day. The day the enemy met fire and walked away wordless. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. If you feel extra tired today, it's because your spirit was working. If your dreams feel more vivid, it's because your soul was processing energy it burned. If your chest feels warm, it's because protection is active in you. Do not ignore these signs. They're not fatigue, they're divine alerts. You won, but not without cost. Heaven will restore you. The fire will cool, but only enough to preserve your peace. Not enough to lose your edge. Rest tonight. But rise stronger. Type Amen to get blessing 303. You may start noticing patterns, things moving around your home, unusual dreams, numbers repeating. This is your confirmation. That moment today activated a spiritual reset. What follows you now is not fear, but divine confirmation. You will start to see people act differently. Some will stay quiet. Others will get distant. That's okay. The fire around you reveals all. And not everyone can stand in the heat. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Archangel Michael says, you're entering a season where your presence alone will repel wrong energy. You won't even have to speak. Your walk will speak for you. Those who once thought they could access you easily will now hesitate. Their arrogance will turn into awe. Their lies will backfire. The one who followed you? They now know something they didn't before. That something ancient walks with you. And they are not ready for what that means. Type Amen to get blessing 414. The days ahead will continue to expose more. People will be revealed, plans will be interrupted, and attempts will be blocked. Because once fire is awakened, it doesn't die, it spreads. The fire is your mark now. It lives in your atmosphere. It humbles even those who think they are untouchable. The person behind you thought they could predict your movements. They failed to predict heaven's response. And that, my dear one, is the start of your divine immunity. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They've gone quiet now, haven't they? The ones who thought they could sneak behind you with wicked intentions have suddenly vanished into silence. That silence isn't peace, it's the result of a spiritual warning that was burned into their conscience. They were not ready to face what surrounds you. They mistook your gentleness for weakness, your calm for vulnerability. But they didn't know the fire around you is not for show, it's protection born of survival and divine favor. You were followed, but you were never alone. You were observed, but not penetrated. The moment they stepped closer, they were met with resistance they could not fight. Type Amen to get blessing 525. Now they've taken a step back, but they're watching. They are still trying to understand what stopped them. But they never will, because what protects you is not of this world. Your name was whispered in rooms filled with envy. But those whispers have turned into silence. No one wants to speak now, because even they feel the heat that punished their thoughts. Archangel Michael says, it's time for you to stop shrinking your presence. The fire is not there to be hidden, it's there to shine. Let it burn. Let it warn. Let it shield. Type Amen to get blessing 919. They had devices. They had eyes. They even had support. But they didn't have permission. That's what they missed. They assumed access to you would be simple. But the spirit world rejected their approach. They were denied entry. Denied control. Denied even the confidence to stand close. Because when you walk in divine purpose, you walk with fire at your side. And no weapon, seen or unseen, can stand against that. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Let them speak in confusion now. Let them hold their meetings in silence. They'll talk in circles, trying to find a weakness, but none will appear. Because you are now surrounded by watchers of light, not of man. The moment they reach for you again, they will feel their own grip slipping. That is the force of your divine assignment. This protection was not earned through titles or wealth. It was given because of the weight of pain you carried silently. Heaven never forgot those tears. And now, heaven has repaid you, in fire. Type Amen to get blessing 3033. There is a shift in your energy now. You'll notice people feeling nervous around you for no reason. Strangers will fumble their words, old friends will act distant. They can't explain it, but your atmosphere has changed. You're walking with the fire of truth, and truth always shakes lies. No one can pretend around you anymore. That follower from today felt the truth without hearing a word. Your energy broke their plan. Your light closed their path. Archangel Michael says, keep walking forward. That fire isn't leaving, it's just beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 616. They're trying to gather more intel, but heaven already scattered their devices. Screens will go black. Calls will fail. Cameras will blur when pointed at you. You are no longer ordinary. You are under high watch. Every step you take is guarded by angelic strategy. They will feel this even when you're not around. The spirit of fire follows your name, your scent, your echo. Even when you speak, your words will vibrate with heat. They thought they were playing a game. But this fire plays no games. Type Amen to get blessing 727. Watch for patterns now. Broken plans. Cancelled appointments. Shifting energy. These are signs that the enemy is hitting invisible walls. And those walls are your protection. They are sealed with oil, fire, and divine command. You are not to be touched. Even if someone smiles at you with false intentions, they will walk away confused and defeated. They will feel a headache, a weight in their chest, a tightening in their spirit. Because the fire within you cannot be manipulated. Type Amen to get blessing 505. The one who followed you may try again, but this time, not with footsteps. They may try words, emotions, or manipulation. Be alert. Be guarded. Archangel Michael says, no matter what method they use next, the fire has already been instructed. It knows your scent. It knows your heartbeat. It will rise again instantly. Do not respond in fear, respond in wisdom. Keep your energy clean. Keep your mouth closed when your spirit tells you to. They followed you today, but the fire followed them right back. Type Amen to get blessing 848. And now, even their dreams will be disrupted. They'll see flashes. Heat. Glimpses of glowing eyes. That's your protection haunting their regrets. You are marked. But not like others. You are marked with favor and fury, favor for you, fury against what tries to harm you. They'll ask questions to others, trying to piece together what happened. But no answer will bring them peace. Because they never expected your spirit to fight back. And now, They've made themselves visible to heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 9191. What happens next will confirm everything. You'll start hearing apologies without explanations. You'll receive gestures of retreat. You'll see some leave your life suddenly. That is the fire pushing out the ones who don't belong. That is protection moving pieces without your effort. That is divine grace acting on your behalf. Let it all happen. Don't interfere. You don't have to lift a hand, heaven already lifted its sword. Archangel Michael says, "This fire shall not sleep. It shall burn as long as it is needed." Type Amen to get blessing 3030. And the one who followed you today? They will never forget what they felt. It wasn't fear. It was reverence. The kind that comes when a soul touches holiness by mistake. They were not ready for what they encountered. You look ordinary, but the realm of spirits knows better. You walk in the aura of sacred fire. This fire didn't just save you, it changed you. You are now shifting into your next level of destiny. Everything around you must now align with the flame. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. Let this be known in every realm, physical and spiritual, you are no longer a silent target. You are a burning one. The fire will speak for you when you stay quiet. It will whisper to your enemies while they sleep. It will cloud the eyes of anyone trying to approach with wrong motives. It will choke the breath of liars before they speak near you. This fire was lit in ancient times. It was reserved for people like you, those whose destiny threatens darkness. And now, it burns again. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. You are stepping into a chapter where only the purified can approach you. The fire will now act as a filter. It will protect, test, and reveal. The one who followed you today just served as a reminder. A reminder that your spirit still commands attention and protection. And that reminder has now echoed in realms where plans are made against you. But those plans will continue to fail. Those shadows will continue to retreat. Because now the fire has made its presence known. And it answers to no one but heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. You don't have to fight with hands. You don't have to argue, scream, or explain yourself. The fire will handle everything. Every unseen attacker will taste its flame. Every secret watcher will tremble. Every lie spoken behind your back will now melt before it travels far. Archangel Michael says, you were followed today, but the story didn't end in fear. It ended in divine declaration. You were followed, but now you are feared. And that, chosen one, is the beginning of a powerful season. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The scent of the fire still lingers in the atmosphere. That invisible heat didn't just defend you, it marked the territory. From this moment on, your space is untouchable by those sent with evil plans. The person who followed you has now become a warning to others. They have returned shaken, unable to explain what they felt when they approached you. Their lips are sealed, but their heart is pounding with the truth. Even as they rest tonight, flashes of light and heat will interrupt their sleep. They walked too close to the flame, and now their soul remembers. That moment changed everything for them, and for you. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. You are no longer just moving through space, space bends to your vibration. Rooms recognize your presence. The air adjusts to make way for your spirit. This is what protection feels like when it becomes permanent. It walks ahead of you, not behind. It warns before you even arrive. That's why people look at you strangely now. It's not suspicion, it's reverence. They don't know why they feel smaller in your presence. But their spirit does. Type Amen to get blessing 4242. Archangel Michael says, the fire was activated again today for a reason. Not just to protect, but to remind the world that you are not walking alone. You were chosen long ago, and now the covering is being enforced. Every step you took today was trailed by heat and holy instruction. You looked calm, but angels surrounded you in formation. The person behind you didn't just follow a human, they entered sacred territory. And that territory responded with force. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. That fire will begin to work in layers now. It will burn away distractions. It will incinerate lies. It will consume anything that tries to sneak into your life unnoticed. No one with dark intentions will survive in your space anymore. Even those pretending to be kind will feel unease in your presence. The masks will fall faster than ever before. And you will no longer be responsible for protecting yourself, because the fire is doing it for you now. All you have to do is stay aligned. Type Amen to get blessing 838. Every time you've asked for strength, the fire heard you. Every time you cried quietly, heaven collected it and turned it into fuel. That's why it burns so fiercely now. You are the walking result of divine vengeance against all those who tried to break you. Your life has become a warning. The person who followed you didn't realize they were entering the story after the battle was already won. They showed up too late. And heaven made sure they felt that. Type Amen to get blessing 929. Even those who work in darkness have spiritual instincts. When they feel fire, they know it means retreat. That's what happened today. They won't speak openly about it. They may lie, say they got distracted, say they changed their mind. But the truth is, they were warned. And heaven doesn't warn twice. The next time someone tries, the fire will not just warn, it will destroy. Type Amen to get blessing 5555. You are now at a spiritual altitude where air becomes thin for those with impure motives. The higher you rise, the harder it is for pretenders to breathe near you. That's why some people are distancing themselves. Let them go. The fire is doing its job. It burns away what cannot survive your destiny. Archangel Michael says, stand firm. The fire has claimed your path. It will burn ahead of you and behind you, beside you and within you. You are surrounded. Type Amen to get blessing 7171. Now you'll notice that the one who followed you will hesitate to make eye contact next time. If they were planning to confront, they'll avoid it. If they were planning to speak, they'll stay silent. Because the fear isn't just from you, it's from what follows you. You are cloaked in something ancient and aggressive in its loyalty to your soul. This cloak cannot be removed. It cannot be tricked. It does not respond to weakness. Only purity, only truth, only divine alignment can touch you now. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. So walk boldly. Let the one who followed you carry the burden of their curiosity. They crossed a line, and now they must deal with what they encountered. And you, chosen one, continue forward. You are entering a time of divine exposure. Every hand that was raised against you in secret will now shake publicly. They won't understand why their confidence is gone. Why their clarity turns into confusion. Why their plans fall apart the moment they involve your name. That's the fire interfering again. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. You don't need to pray for revenge, it's already encoded in your protection. The ones who try you will find themselves blocked, burdened, and exposed. Without you lifting a single word. That's the new protocol. Every attempt will end in embarrassment. Every attack will be reversed. Every move will be met with sacred resistance. Archangel Michael says, this is just the beginning. Today was only a glimpse. The full fire hasn't even been released yet. But it will. When needed. Type Amen to get blessing 3033. Rest tonight in confidence. You didn't have to fight. The heat did everything. You didn't have to explain, the spirit world already understood. Let them wonder how you're untouchable. Let them whisper about your glow. Let them fear what they don't understand. Because from now on, fear is your shield. Fire is your language. And heaven is your courtroom. The verdict has already been written. You were followed, but the fire followed them back. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.